Flowdreaming. It's a show where we talk about the power of your mind to change your world around you, to literally affect the fabric of your reality. We talk about this feeling of hope and joy and relief. And that is what being aware of your flow does. It gives you a feeling of power again in your lives.
Oh my God, you were so on target. You are so amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Breathe. It is the feeling that you bring forward. It is your emotional connection that really sets the tone for what is going to be happening to you and for you. And you know that feeling when you touch it. It just spreads through you.
Thank you for taking my call. I don't know why I feel like crying. I think I just feel your love.
Oh, of course.
And I think I'm going to get some answers.
I'm Summer McStravick, and welcome to another episode of Flowdreaming. That's right. We're together today in the flow, and I decided that for today's topic, I just want to get into flow with you, explore it a little bit more, talk to you, remind you, or perhaps introduce you to what the concept of flow dreaming is, what it really means. Not exactly a basic 101 level class or podcast today, more of a 202 level. This is inspired because over the weekend, I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were just kind of sharing how we both used flow dreaming in our lives. It's changed a lot for her, changed her life a lot, rather. And, you know, we just got to talking. She says, well, here's how I see it. And I said, this is how I do it. And she says, this is when I do it. And when do you do it? And it was a really nice conversation. It reminded me, and she reminded me, that ultimately I give you a structure for how to flow dream, how to create, how to manifest. But once I give you the basic structure, I expect you to make it your own. You know, it's sort of like a yoga practice or meditation. Someone can teach it to you, but ultimately you're going to settle into a way of doing it that just speaks to you, works for you. And this goes right to the heart of a question I get a lot, which is, am I flow dreaming right? Because you know, people tend to get this idea that they've got to do it exactly right. It's a textbook type of situation. And if they can only do it perfectly, then their wish is absolutely assured to come true. Don't have a connection like that in your mind, because it sets up, one, an unrealistic expectation for perfection. Two, it disallows the universe, the flow, your source, to work the way it wants to work for whatever is best for you. When you flow dream, it's more like having a wonderful, enthusiastic, positive conversation with someone who is highly influential in your life. I mean, look at it like that instead. There is no perfect, ultimate conversation to have that's precise and correct. But if you express yourself well, if you express yourself often, if you show that you are actively engaging in these things that you're talking about, you're not just talking, you're not just feeling, you're actually doing stuff toward them too. This highly influential person who has a huge vested interest in your life and success is going to listen. It's going to move right along with you. It's going to continuously direct you where you should go. It's going to offer you things that you need when you need them. It's a partnership. Flow dreaming is a partnership with the universe. It is not an equation that you can do with your mind. That being said, how do you maximize this partnership? Okay, well, first of all, flow dreaming, if you go to the website, flowdreaming.com, you'll notice there is a ton of stuff there for you. I have a blog there. I have a podcast there. I have a manifesting store with dozens of classes. I have mentorship programs. I have MP3s that you can download and just begin playing and listening to right now. In other words, I have tried to figure out every possible way to communicate what flow is. And frankly, at every level, from absolute beginner to, pretty developed, sophisticated, practitioner. So what it means for you is that if you're going and you're looking for resources on how to learn this, and you're just beginning, I would start with some of the more beginning materials. You can find them. There's a page there for people who are new. I think it says, I'm new to flow dreaming. I lay out everything there where I would begin if I were you, where I began, in fact, as I learned this. And this podcast, of course, it's free and it's a wonderful resource for you. So, as you progress along, you're going to want to do things. You're going to want to pick up some playlists. These are groupings of flow dreams that you can use and practice with. Now, when I record a flow dream, and people ask me this all the time too, do you listen to your own recorded flow dreams? No, I never do. Because it's kind of like, how much you love hearing your own voice on the answering machine. That's how a flow dream affects me if I'm listening to my own voice. I find that it interferes, my hypercritical tendency just, blows it out, and I can't focus on the emotion. So when I flow dream, I am silently guiding myself into my feelings, into the images as I go. Ultimately, too, that's where you want to be, because that's how you're going to become highly personalized with this. So it's great. Look at everything I've provided for you as wonderful structure. If you're building a skyscraper, I am providing the scaffolding. I'm giving you the strength, the structure. I'm giving you the height. I'm pointing your face up and saying, that's how far you can go. And everything I've produced will help you, even from books that explain the rationale behind the technique, which is pretty extensive. But at a certain point, you get to go make the place your own. You decorate it. You paint it the colors you want and use the glass you want and put in the furniture and the homes or anything you want. You do everything like that. That's when you take over in your own life and you just begin to flow. And to go back to my conversation yesterday with my friend, you're going to find that everybody's home looks different. My home doesn't look like your home. My skyscraper is sure different inside than yours is. And that's where you want to go. That's sort of the ultimate direction. There's a great PDF I created at one time that describes the characteristics of the ultimate manifester. If you're lucky, I will have got my act together in time to put that up on my site someplace. If you can't find it, I don't know. If you're on my newsletter, let's put it that way. If you're on my newsletter, I will be sure that I send out an email about it saying it's there now. And so you can find it that way, as opposed to emailing me, because everybody will. Where is it? Where's that thing you talked about? But it really gives you the characteristics of a person who has developed a very great sense of how to speak to this partner, this one who's looking after them, who's doing things for them, intensely engaged in their life. Okay, so let me remind you a couple of things or introduce you. I used to, by the way, spend a lot of time on these introductions, telling you what it is, how it works, giving you the whole history and the science and everything behind it. And lately, I've been noticing that it's really nice if you just feel it first. You feel it and you say, oh, wow. It's kind of like when you have a really good workout, you don't really need to know about lactic acid and how your muscles are, reacting to the exercise and, this, building up and so on. You just know that after you've worked out, you feel like, wow, kind of a nice, high, floaty, but exhausted. And you just know you did something. Flow dreaming is kind of like that. It happens, though, internally, emotionally, in your mind. And then you can find out later exactly what you did. But you do know you did something, and it was very, very potent. So I will give you a brief overview, and then we're going to flow, and we're going to align today. We're going to get tuned up today. We're going to feel really, really good. By the end of this podcast, you will just be wanting to tackle everything on your to-do list. Whether you've started it or it's just been a hazy idea in your mind for years, maybe time to put it into action because you've put it into flow. So, flow dreaming has three aspects to it. One is guided daydreaming. One is intense, focused emotion. And the other one is the awareness of flow energy. This is what makes it different than meditation, self-hypnosis, hypnosis, affirmations, other law of attraction kind of work, Silva method, all of it different. And one of the most fundamental reasons is that we focus so heavily on sending out your emotional content through a channel that is already developed in you. You don't have to work on it like you do, say, with meditation. We have to practice and, grow and develop an ability. So we use a channel that you've already, been born with. That is daydreaming. It's very natural. It's a natural way of opening the door. And last, and this is perhaps what makes it the most unique, there's an awareness that you are in a flow of living energy. Your life is a trajectory. It's not still. Every second it is changing. It is moving. And things are going to be there in front of you every day, every hour. And if you've ever wondered, well, how does my future form? It's just a random glopping of things that come together. It's pretty complicated, actually, how your future forms. And there is an element of randomness, just as in nature, there's an element of randomness, right? That's where you have cell mutations and certain things that just kind of go off. That's built into the whole equation. That makes it so things stay fresh. They move in unexpected directions. You'll never get rid of that. You can never manifest your life down to the pinpoint. You have to expect, anticipate, and embrace those new directions when they plop in out of the blue. But flow is this understanding that you are always manifesting every moment. Your future is made both through the actions that you've done in your past, which create a kind of general expectation for the next day. I know I'm going to wake up in my house. I know I'm going to drive my kids to school. I know I have my podcast that I tape on Tuesdays at noon Pacific, right? All of these things, because I've set them up. I pretty much expect them. However, there are other things playing out, larger things playing out, such as I've been flow dreaming recently to create a simpler business where I don't have quite so many things, because even I have lost control of everything I've created, because I love to create. I love to make things. So I know flow is going to help me with that, to simplify, to focus, to regain more time in my life. Flow is also helping me to achieve more balance with my family. One of my children needs some special attention from me right now, so I want to be there for him, give more time to him and focus. I want the right resources to come my way that will be good for him. So I'm asking flow this. I'm programming this in. I'm looking for it through physical actions, but I'm also requesting it on a much larger level. I'm requesting it through my emotional focus into the flow as I daydream. And on the surface, it seems absurdly simple of a process, but it also is pretty, potent isn't even enough of a word to describe it. It's kind of like if you realize your entire life you've been practicing just one form of action, and you realize there's a whole second form that if you had been embracing and using and building, your life would be twice as amazing as it is now. If you're already successful, it means that you're just going to go, dynamic and huge, and everything will change. If your life isn't so successful, it means you're going to be 100% better than where you've been. So I call that the balance of action and pre-action, because pre-action is a different word that I use for flow dreaming. It basically means you are programming into the non-physical energies, because we program physical stuff all the day, right? As we do things, that's us working with physical energy. Well, we also need to work with the non-physical energy. Think about this. Everything in life is duality. Everything. We are in a dualistic universe. Up, down, forwards, backwards, sun, moon, black, white. Maybe not sun, moon, but, we're in a yin-yang. We're in a cosmos of duality. And that means that we have both physical and non-physical. And scientists like to say, well, non-physical is just physical that's too small to see. Like, all right. You could say non-physical is physical that's, or you could say non-physical is non-physical that's so clumped together and huge that it appears physical, right? It just depends on the perspective you're looking. But I prefer to see both. That means I have to work both. That means when I flow dream, I'm actively changing, shaping the non-physical rolling future of my life. So how do we do this? Okay. Daydreaming. I mentioned that. That's your way in. When you close your eyes and you daydream, your mind, your brain already understands it's time to go in a different set of conditions right now. And oftentimes daydreaming is when you are filing memories, when you are working through things. But it's curious. Science really doesn't have a precise explanation for why we do it. They do know that it feels like we're outside of time when we do it, right? We totally lose track of time. Why is that? I mean, why would your body ever want to lose track of time? It seems pretty basic and fundamental to physical survival, and yet it happens. Makes me wonder, maybe we do enter a kind of doorway into the timeless state, the non-physical state. Clearly, our body has evolved to not register time. The other thing that happens when we daydream is often things are loosened in us. Our mind isn't really directing them, and yet it is at the same time. We're not completely 100% in control, which I think is fascinating. Because when you're flow dreaming and you're using a daydream to kind of get you into this flow space, you are essentially pretending your way in. And I know that drives some people crazy. Well, if I'm pretending my way in, how do I know if I'm really in? That goes back again to that idea of quantifying. It's kind of like this. It's like falling asleep, right? You lay there and you say, okay, I'm falling asleep. Sometimes we're lucky enough to catch ourselves in that interim space. We're not completely asleep yet and we haven't lost all consciousness. And yet we are in this funny state where we're sort of awake and we're sort of asleep. Okay? So daydreaming in your flow kind of brings you to that place. You're sort of in the physical world. You're sort of in the non-physical world. Your brain knows how to make transitions like this all the time. Nighttime dreaming, daytime dreaming, or flow dreaming. Okay? So getting into the flow is, yes, you are daydreaming your way in. You are making stuff up. At a certain point, though, it's like falling asleep. Except in your case, you get kind of more aware. You realize, oh, I'm here. I'm in it. I'm not exactly sure what the transition was, but I obviously did it because I'm feeling something now that wasn't there a few minutes ago. I'm feeling an intense sensation of alignment. Perhaps I'm feeling a forward motion as if I am being carried, I'm being drawn. I'm feeling intensely safe. I'm feeling that whatever I feel here is somehow spreading out from me. It's going out of me into something greater, into the universe. It's being programmed. It's being heard. Maybe that's a key word. It's being heard. No longer are these desires trapped and running around in the circle of my own head, but I feel like there's something outside of me, some sort of non-physical, that is hearing, absorbing, understanding, and most importantly, reacting. Some people say this, oh, that's God. You're talking about prayer. Some people say, no, that's universal mind. That is just you reaching into the matrix, the template, everything, the flowing fabric of life and energy that's continuously moving forward. And you just happen to have jumped your mind from the physical into that non-physical. And now you're applying your conscious thought to this non-physical realm. You're affecting it. You can think of it in many different ways. I've done a ton of podcasts about that, written whole books about that, as a matter of fact. The point is, once you get there, you have to know how to talk to it. You talk through emotion. I just did a great little online seminar. Great. Don't you like how yes, I did. I'm not scared to say if I am wonderful. Take a note from me, right? You say it to yourself right now too. You are wonderful for something you did this week. But I did this seminar because I wanted to help people understand how to really engage with their flow, how to communicate with it deeply, intensely, with focus, with feeling, with belief, with understanding, with knowing. I mean, I could go on and on. And that centers around how well you are able to emotionally open up to it, express to it. Ironically, it's one of these, it's this very process that led me to, kind of veer off in the last couple years and start doing these mentorship programs with people, because more and more people were saying, okay, I'm getting in there, and I'm expressing things, but I still don't understand. They're not happening. And I said, well, you know why? Because you've got stuff in you that's counteracting them. You're sending out contradictory energy. And that happens to all of us. I was going to say most of us, but no, actually to all of us. And I recognize there are things that I am constantly manifesting and flow dreaming for that aren't arriving because I still am putting out contradictory feelings about them, contradictory directions. You know, you've had that happen at work, right? One boss tells you one thing, another boss tells you another thing. What do? Well, you try and do nothing so that you don't, upset either one of them. That's how flow reacts to us. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. So here we have it. The 3 things you do to flow. You're going to feel some intense emotion. We're going to go do this together as soon as we get back from the break. You're going to daydream in, just let go. You're not going to worry too much about doing it perfectly, absolutely right. And you're going to really sense what flow feels like. I will help you with that. I will be your crutch and your aid as I give you the words and the images and the feelings to sort of put in there so you can put all of your attention on just experiencing. Okay, stay with me. When we get back, we are going to flow, align, sync up, tune up. It's going to be wonderful. And then, of course, we'll be getting to some calls right after that. Stay with me for more Flow Dreaming. I'm Summer McStravick. I'm Summer McStravick, and you may have heard about my Diamond Mentorship Program. Well, now it's changing. Everything has to grow up. That's why I'm taking the Diamond Mentorship Program to a new level. I'll be taking a group of you together on a 6-month journey into yourselves, into your lives, as I help you make something spectacular. So what exactly do you want to create? Come into the program knowing already, or find it with us along the way. Maybe you want huge, secure income, or maybe it's to launch your own business. Maybe you want a great life partner, or maybe it's to finally be free from unhappiness and restriction. Whatever it is, you'll end the program having created it. We'll make sure of that. We will launch you. Think of it as a mastermind group where you get to know yourself, who you truly are, and what you're capable of. Think total inner empowerment. Think of yourself beyond your fears. As a diamond, you'll work with me through 8 segments of fun worksheets, deeply personalized private one-on-one sessions, monthly flow dreams, and online meetups. I will give you the tools. You'll learn what your manifesting strengths and weaknesses are, and how you truly work best with flow energy. You won't make just one positive, spectacular change, but many. So register at flowdreaming.com, and please do register early. I will close the program when it fills, and I expect it to fill before our actual start date. So if you're thinking about being a diamond, now is the time to leap. Just do it. I cannot wait to welcome you and get to know more about you and your life and begin working with you as a diamond.
A private session with Summer is unlike any other reading you've ever had. You can do it by phone or Skype from anywhere in the world. In your session, Summer reads your flow. Sometimes she sees things that are coming or things that have passed. Critically, she reads your present and can show you your current set of choices and help you know which ones flow best for you. Ask Summer any kind of questions. Ask her to look into people you care about, such as spouses, bosses, exes, family, or friends, to see what they're really thinking. Ask her where your energy has gotten stuck or blocked. Because Summer is an expert at finding the core events, beliefs, or thoughts that block you, and together the two of you can shake them loose. Last, ask Summer to craft a flow dream just for you, around your issues and desires. Ask her to put some strong manifesting energy in this area of your life. And as hundreds of past clients have said, be ready for real amazing results. It's not your typical reading. It's manifesting plus intuition. Find Summer sessions on her website, flowdreaming.com, under private sessions. Even people who normally never get intuitive readings get readings from Summer. That's flowdreaming.com. Search private sessions.
Hi, I'm Summer, and my manifesting store at flowdreaming.com underwrites this free podcast. You're going to find so many tools there to help you practice flow dreaming, from individual targeted flow dreams to whole programs to on-demand classes to books and CDs. Of course, the Flow Dream of the Month Club, as well as my mentorship program. Oof, that is a lot. But there is where you can pick up something to practice with. The Manifesting Store puts your interest into motion. I know you won't stop there either, because once you get there, you'll also discover my free blog and our community discussion board, all about manifesting. That's the Manifesting Store at flowdreaming.com.
Did you know you can like Flow Dreaming on Facebook? Just search for Flow Dreaming on Facebook and click like to start getting summer's Flow Dreaming updates. Ditto for Twitter.
You're listening to Flow Dreaming with your host, Summer McStravick.
Oh, welcome back. I jumped the gun there. Whoa, welcome back. I'm just eager to do some flow dreaming with you guys. So, this technique that I have been talking about, we're going to do it right now. It's going to help you manifest and create. Now, I mentioned that it's going to tune you up and align you. You can do a lot of different things when you're in the flow, frankly. I probably use it mostly either for aligning and syncing up, which means that if there are areas of resistance in my life, things that aren't working for me, if I just go to flow and I align, the resistance drops away. Okay? I go there also for manifesting, creating. That's me when I'm talking to the universe, talking to flow, being the CEO with it, describing, here's how I want to feel, this is what I want to have happen. And then the third way that I use it is I read information from the flow. I take information out of it. Think of it like a two-way current. You can put information in if you're manifesting. You can pull information out when you are receiving information, which people would call intuitive or psychic or what have you. For me, though, it's just different ways of using the same exact energy. So I usually do one of those three things. So when I say that we're going to align, we are flow dreaming, yes, but what we're manifesting, you could say, is pure, beautiful non-resistance in our life. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put some music up. And you're going to notice that I don't spend very long relaxing you, not like a typical meditation. The reason is, if I relax you too much, your body and your emotions and your mind are going to get kind of limp. And they're either going to think, I'm going to bed now, because that's what happens when I close my eyes and relax, and you're going to start snoring. Or you will have a tendency to want to meditate, clear your mind. Perhaps transcend, move into a different place that's still quite empty, especially if you're a practitioner of meditation. Yes, so this is why we don't relax for too long, but we relax just enough to focus. I just don't want you holding tension in your body, because that detracts from allowing all your focus emotionally into the flow. So go ahead and let your stomach out right now. Drop your shoulders and your jaw. Take a nice, big, deep breath in. Slowly. And when you are full, release that breath along. Relaxing. Releasing. Take another breath. And let it go as well. As you imagine yourself now, sitting here as if you were standing outside yourself. You can see yourself. Vague, it's not detailed. But here you are. Your eyes are closed and you're taking a little time away. And you're recognizing, oh, this is just 5 minutes of my day. 5 minutes out of 24 hours. 5 minutes of pure focus, pure intention, pure alignment. Oh, you're laughing. Goodness, I spend more time on that, brushing my teeth and hair in the morning. Yet this is so important. And now you look around the room, with your eyes still closed. Just imagine it. Do you notice how everything is physical, yet nothing is quite perfect? You just have impressions of where things are. Feelings, flashes, as if something in you has tracked or coded where things are. You generally know you're pulling up a feeling, as if that thing has left a little energetic imprint somewhere in your consciousness that helps you recognize something is here, something is there. Now look outside your room. Notice how things get more blurry, less defined. Imagine your room, or wherever you are right now, is actually kind of opening up, like a flower that's blooming. And the petals are wide open, and you can see far out in all directions from where you are right now. And the further out you look, the more things seem to glow. They're just lit with an inner light. Maybe you see hills in the distance. Maybe you see a broad and beautiful ocean or a lake. Maybe you're noticing there's trees dotting the hillsides. All of them filled with light, filled with moving energy. As you recognize, oh, this is how the inside of everything looks. This isn't looking at things from the outside. This is looking at them on the inside. What holds them together? What forms them? The interlocking structures that make things be what they are, that hold them in place. There's instructions here, aren't there? There are blueprints saying, you be this, you be a hill, you be a tree, you be a road, you be a sun. And you can see these instructions. They're moving. They're not static. They're changing. Things are rolling and moving. It's like there's a current through everything, as if there were a beautiful white sheet blowing in a breeze on a beautiful day. That sense of rippling movement through everything, just right. Not too much, not too little. Billowing and soft, yet clearly moving. Clearly there's some force, some energy that is pumping through everything, pushing through everything, pulling everything forward into some kind of trajectory called your future. And you are part of this. Notice yourself. Look, do you see your own body? It's bright, it's glowing, it's a beautiful energy body of light. It's your consciousness. It's a collection of everything you've ever been, everything you are now, and all things that you're becoming are being attracted to you, drawn to you. You can kind of feel them. You notice that just as you can feel the past and your present, this big collection of who you are, this ancient and beautiful being, you can also push forward with your hands. You put your hands out right now in front of you, and it's like you can almost touch where things are coming together in your future. They're there. Oh, yes, they are. That's 5 minutes from now. Look, do you feel that over there? Look, there's an hour away right over here. And even further, there's a week ahead. There's the month ahead. There's a lot of things you've put together. And they're like arrows that you've shot off a volley of them in your past. And a lot of them are landing, and they're coming together in specific patterns and groupings. And this means things are beginning to happen in your life, form, come together. Certain people are going to be entering your life. Certain communications will come to you. Certain amounts of income is on its way. Certain opportunities. And mostly, certain emotions. Certain feelings that you've wanted to have, because really that's what all of this is responding to right now. Your heart. You put your hands on your heart, and you can feel this area of yourself glowing. Glowing, full, rich. It's like your center. It's like a swirling, beautiful light. And you recognize, oh, and if I look a little lower down, right over your abdomen, it's like the generator. Ooh, that's what creates all this energy. Your solar plexus is like a little battery, continuously pushing out energy, helping those emotions go forward. And there's you coming out your heart, and you're saying, well, I just want to feel an alignment in my life. I just want to feel every single situation in my life as right as it can possibly be right now. Every situation is as right as it can possibly be right now. And that means things that are way out of alignment are now being nudged back in to their proper direction, their proper resolution, perhaps. That means things that are only a little bit off are easily clicking into place, and you're saying, yes, that feels good. That feels great. Maybe it's a relationship and something's now going to happen that's going to help this relationship, fix it. Put it in a position where it's right. It feels good. Everything is going into its proper place, into its most right alignment. You can feel it and sense it as if there were two long walls of bright light, and they are slowly coming together. They were all splayed out before, and now they're coming together into two beautiful parallel lines. Bright walls of light, pushing everything back into alignment in your life. And you're accepting of this. You're okay with this. You're overjoyed with this. You're saying, you mean I don't have to figure out every single situation? No. All you need to do is flow and feel it, feel it. Feel it now. You're in alignment. Everything is coming into alignment. You, your greater purpose, every relationship you have. Do you feel how things are just letting go? The tension is easing out of them as they come back into the right place? Do you feel how some things are leaving your life because they should be? They're making way for new things to come in that have to be there, that are necessary for your next stage, your next place of evolution. This is you. Do you feel now how powerfully you're moving along your flow? It's like you've been walking along this beautiful white corridor and you just want to spring into a run, into a glide. You just want to slide and fly and skate forward. You're saying, this feels amazing. This feels amazing. I'm loving the sensation of this. What else can I do? What else can I do? And flow is reminding you, what do you want? What do you want to feel? And where do you want to feel it? Let us help you. Let us help you put together the things that you need in your life for you to feel that there. Are you looking for work? Well, how do you want to feel, actually? Let's get to the work thing after we decide how you want to feel in your career. Let's start with that. And you say, good, let's. Because I know how I want to feel. I don't know what job necessarily, but I know how I want to feel. I want to feel validated. I want to feel challenged. I want to feel like I'm really using every talent and skill I have. I want to feel like I'm doing something with meaning, with value that's part of something bigger than myself. There's so many feelings. I can feel them right now. And Flow is saying, good, yes, feel them, feel more. Give us all that delicious, yummy direction. And this is exciting. You're saying, this is how it works? This is how it works? And Flow continues to float you along as you just relax into it. It's like a white river of light that just bathes you, like a milky bath, filled with bubbles, sparkles, light. Anything you want to see, you can. This is you. This is your alignment, nobody else's. Totally unique to you. Of course you would be able to align to it. It is you. It was made for you. It is you. It's your most natural place to be. It's so easy to get into it. You just decide, I am in it now. I am in alignment. And with that, you open your eyes, and your daydream disappears, and you realize, I think I may have just lost track of time. I think I may have done just what she said. I didn't know what we were doing, and then I lost track of time, and then I began to feel things and see things, and then I forgot that I was making it up. I was just doing it. And there was a moment in there, too, when I felt like, yes, this is bigger. This is bigger than what I normally do. This is bigger than writing an email. This is bigger than having a conversation. This is bigger somehow, deeper, richer, more inside the universe and life. I need to go back there and do this some more. And I let you linger on that thought right now. And when we come back, I'll take your calls and maybe go into the flow with several more of you on air. So stay with me for more Flow Dreaming right after this. Hey, Sapphire. Oh, wait, you're not a Sapphire member of my mentorship program? Well, maybe you don't know what that includes. I'm Summer McStravick, and I know you're listening to this podcast because you're discovering real, valuable tools to help you manifest better in your life. You're also learning to look at the world like a manifesting practitioner does, like me, meaning everything is energy-based. Everything can be constructed, impacted, or changed. So why not go a little further? Sapphire Mentorship means making a commitment to really learn about manifesting and using flow energy. You'll be part of a self-paced, on-demand, online program that teaches you how to really use flow in your life. Plus, there are a ton of other great tools. Check it out at flowdreaming.com. You'll discover a group of like-minded people who, just like you, want to see what they can really do in their lives. That's flowdreaming.com. The Sapphire Mentorship Program.
Hi, I'm Venus Andrecht. I'm Summer's mother, and my show, The Dear Venus Show, airs right after hers. Sometimes I talk to dead celebrities or otherwise look into the great beyond, and I always do on-air readings for you, my callers. What can I do for you when you have a private phone reading with me? Well, I'm a medium, clairsentient, clairaudient, an empath, a telepath who can tell you what the people in your life are thinking, and I'm a clarifying counselor who can also look clearly into your life. I also work with good energies to help things change for the good in your life. You can find out more about me at my website, GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. That's GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. So come and see me after Summer Show. We're a lot alike and very different. Guaranteed you won't be bored.
Too busy to flow dream? Or do you just sometimes forget? It's easy to get so caught up in living that we forget the bigger, deeper, more important things, such as being aware of our flow. That's why Summer introduced the Flow Dream of the Month program. Start and stop whenever you want and enjoy the first 30 days and a flow dream free. Each month, Summer sends you a new flow dream to work with as she moves through carefully chosen areas of our lives. Be surprised, be challenged, be delighted, and be reminded. Your flow is the deepest you. Commit to it. Check out the Flow Dream of the Month Club at flowdreaming.com today. Bask in the glorious, soothing voice and music of Summer's Flow Dream Meditations. These meditations are unlike any other you'll find. They're active meditations. They're packed with energy, real power, and yet you can gently fall asleep listening to any one of them. Each Flow Dream meditation pours good emotions and energy into your subconscious as you sleep or meditate. You can choose from a variety of focuses, from dazzling self-love to overnight riches. Try a few and see for yourself. You can find all Summer's Flow Dream meditations at flowdreaming.com in the Manifesting Store.
Manifest your life with Summer McStravick and Flow Dreaming.
Welcome back to Flow Dreaming. I'm Summer McStravick. I hope you enjoyed that little journey. It gets really exciting when over time, or even right away, whenever you want, but over time, you work on all these different areas of your life. And I think more than any other discipline I've ever done, this is the most versatile because you can say, all right, I'm going to flow dream for my relationship right now. I'm going to flow dream to find a new house. I'm going to flow dream to be able to afford a vacation this year with my husband or boyfriend or whatever. I'm going to flow dream to create more courage and self-love inside of me. I mean, you can flow dream specifically to create anything, a characteristic inside yourself, some sort of external physical thing in your life, a change of circumstances or situation, like, a job or a move or, anything. It's all there. In fact, that's a great reason just to, if you're going to go to flowdreaming.com, you look through the store, get some ideas on all the different things you can flow dream for. And I bet you a few of them are going to pop up and you're going to say, yeah, I want that. It's kind of like, those online websites where you get to hear like courses, from college professors. And I'm always getting suckered into that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to take an 8-part course in Buddhism from that Harvard professor. It's like, it's a smorgasbord. I didn't think I was going to want it, but then I started looking and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's a deficit in my mind. I need to do that. That's what the manifesting store is like. But it's all for your own personal transformation and development. Okay. Let's see about some calls now. Elisa, you're in Virginia. What's going on? Elisa, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi. It's fantastic to talk to you.
Yay.
You're awesome. You are really awesome. I love your Flow Dreaming podcast, and this is the first time I've actually called in to see what you see.
All right, brave lady.
Yeah. I'm at the turning point, or the forks in the road, so to speak, in my life, in every direction, everything, and including job. I've been in a temporary job for my company, and I'm ready to make another jump and geographically make a jump, and relationship-wise and home-wise. So I just wondered what you see.
Oh, you are everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. Of all of those that you spoke of, geographically is the one that you're feeling will make the biggest impact. It's the one that feels the least close, but it's like your last, what's the feeling? Not last ditch effort. You just feel like I want to be, if I can fully transform, it will mean that I'm living somewhere else as well. Because it's like all those other things won't be able to be dragged along with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other difficulties, Where are you trying to move to?
Originally, I'm from Florida, and I'm thinking that's where I need to go back to, and to help my parents.
Mm-hmm. Be closer to your folks in Florida. I can see you moving out there, or a little bit north of there. Boy, I wish my knowledge of geography was better. You feel like you felt in that area of the country when I was first looking at you, or a little north of Florida, whatever's up there. I don't know how you feel about the South, but if it's your cup of tea, you will have opportunities. Now let's see about what's going on at work. Okay, so you've been doing a temporary position within a larger company. What do you do?
I actually do work for the government. And I've been here, on and off for 4 years, but solid for 2 years.
Okay. Just looking around, seeing what you might want to do with that. If you want, you have an opportunity to get away from government. I don't know if you feel like it or not, but I can see you going into more of a corporate setting and a larger corporation. I don't see anything small. Meaning like a small business, or it's definitely, a company that has 100, 200, 2,000 employees, a bigger structure. You can do this if you want, and you can find that somewhere in the South. Here's the thing. You feel like you also are wanting more flexibility. Like, you don't want to be 9 to 5 necessarily. Are you getting, is that part of your itchiness, itchy feet?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I want to be work at home, flexible hours.
Yep, you do. Because I was thinking, boy, she sounds pretty set up, a good job, big company, her parents. And then inside you, it was just like, I don't want to go to work 5 days. I said, oh, okay. All right, I can hear you then. So what would you be able to do? Here's what I would like to do. Let's do some flow dreaming, okay? We can't get to everything, including relationships as well. But let's go into the flow with me, okay? Close your eyes a minute. This will be a demonstration for everybody listening of what it feels like just to move in. Remember that place we were just at where it felt beautiful and aligned and you looked out in all directions and everything was shimmering and moving and in motion? Here you are and you're looking down and you're noticing it's sort of like the yellow brick road. There's bricks going off in any direction. You could go left, you could go right, but there's one path that's particularly shining. It is the yellow brick. It's the golden one. The other roads are good, and you could choose them, but you almost can't help yourself. Your feet are already moving down this road, moving down this path, and where is it taking you? You're looking up and around, and you're feeling very comfortable. You're feeling like it's okay. I don't need to worry about this. I asked for this. I asked to have these changes, to have them happen for me swiftly. This was my request. And so, of course, I'm just going to relax into them. I'm relaxing into them. And it's funny. It's like a letter, an email came to me and it started everything. It started this chain of events. And it was like one thing led to another. Here was this new job opportunity, or here was this option to move. And I thought, well, don't I have to align everything up? And the answer was no. You have to take the first step, and that's going to pull the other things along with it. And you're feeling now how everything is just lining right up. As you stride forward on the road, you think to yourself, oh, there's that, there's this. If I had only known everything was going to be along the road for me. Here I was thinking I had to gather all of the things before I started the journey, but no, everything is right where I need it. It's like being a traveler and saying, oh, well, there's a beautiful table set for lunch coming right up there. I didn't need to be hauling all that food in my backpack. That's the feeling you're realizing. So the further I go, the more I walk, the more will show up. And you can feel your flow. It's like laughing children around you. Yes, yes. The more you go, the more will show up. You're saying, so I'm just looking for the first thing then. Just the first thing is all I have to worry about. And Flo is saying, yes. Do you want help with that? And you say, yes, I would like help with that. And Flo says, good, done. We're arranging it. The first thing. Do you feel it? Do you feel it being arranged? You don't need to know what that is. But it's the one thing that we know is going to impel you to move. It's the one thing we know you won't be able to say no to. That's what we're bringing. And you say, okay. And Flo is saying, and when we bring it, you have to promise us. You're going to pay attention. You're going to do it. You're going to leap on it, right? Because we brought it to you. You say, yes, I promise. And that is when you allow the vision to fade. You allow the daydream to end and your eyes to open.
Wow. Beautiful.
Okay, so that was a great example of what to do when you don't even know what to do. Is how you felt to me. So practice that. Just practice that feeling over and over again throughout the day, and practice the promise. Okay, and that sensation.
Yeah.
You don't need the whole kit and caboodle on your back. It will happen along the way. All right,
thank you very much. Thank you.
Take
Have
care
a good
now.
Day. Bye-bye.
Yes, I will. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. What does the rest of my day look like? Well, I'll be uploading this podcast in a little while and doing a few other things. I'm in a nice quiet period where I'm just resting, recuperating, planning, looking forward. I love my work so much. I do. I'm writing up other podcasts right now, episodes that is. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and send those to me. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day as well. My love goes to you. Please stay in your flow. Until next time, bye-bye.